Did you know the U.S. once had a president who got stuck in the White House bathtub? Well, that's probably not true, but it's one of the most famous stories about William Howard Taft, the 27th President of the United States. Today, we're separating fact from fiction and diving into the incredible life of a man who was much more than just his size. Taft wasn't just a president, he was a legal giant. In fact, his lifelong dream wasn't to live in the White House, but to sit on the Supreme Court. And guess what? He's the only person in history to have held both jobs. He was appointed Chief Justice of the Supreme Court 8 years after his presidency, a role he said he cherished more than any other. Imagine leading both the executive and judicial branches of the government. Talk about a resume. Before his presidency, Taft had a globe-trotting career. He served as the first civilian governor-general of the Philippines. He genuinely cared for the Filipino people, launching programs to improve the economy, build schools, and develop infrastructure. He became so popular there that when he left, thousands of people lined the streets to say goodbye. His commitment to public service was clear long before he stepped into the Oval Office. Now, let's talk about his presidency. Handpicked by his friend Theodore Roosevelt, Taft's term was actually full of accomplishments. He was a trust buster, just like Roosevelt, breaking up nearly twice as many monopolies in his one term as Roosevelt did in two. He also oversaw the passage of the 16th Amendment, which created the federal income tax, and the 17th Amendment, which allowed for the direct election of senators by the people. These were massive changes that still shape American society today. But his friendship with Roosevelt soured dramatically. By 1912, Roosevelt was so disappointed with Taft's policies that he ran against him for president, splitting the Republican vote and handing the election to Woodrow Wilson. It was one of the most dramatic political fallouts in American history, turning two best friends into bitter rivals. They did, however, reconcile years later, shortly before Roosevelt's death. And what about that bathtub story? While it's true Taft was a large man, weighing over 300 pounds, there's no evidence he ever got stuck. He did, however, have a special, oversized bathtub installed in the White House. It was so big that 4 normal-sized men could supposedly fit inside it. The myth likely started as a political joke but has stuck around for over a century. One of Taft's other legacies is a fun one. He was the first president to throw the ceremonial first pitch at a baseball game, starting a tradition that continues to this day. On opening day in 1910, President Taft tossed the ball from the stands, officially linking the presidency with America's favorite pastime. From the highest court in the land to the governor's mansion in Manila, from trust-busting to baseball, William Howard Taft's life was extraordinary. He was a dedicated public servant whose impact went far beyond the popular caricature. He proved that true legacy is built not just in the spotlight of the presidency, but through a lifetime of service. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about President Taft, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into history. See you next time.